Watching a pretty confident MC get all the girls can be pretty boring, which is why in this video we'll be talking about the top 10 romance anime where the MC's a loner. Number 10, Iroduku, The World in Colors.
じゃあもう少し近づいてみて。すいません。受験勉強で忙しいのに。
いや、これが何かの役に立つなら別にいいんだけど。
Starting off the video is an anime called Iroduku, The World in Colors. And no, the world here isn't black and white just like in the 1900s. Hitomi's life is pretty boring, but that was until her grandmother, Kohaku, sent him back to 2018 where she meets an artist that gives color to her entire world. But why was she sent there?
すいません。ゆいとくんなんて。
別にいいよ、瞳なら。
何言おうとしてたんだっけ?
First off, I have to say this is a pretty underrated show, and a lot more of you should have watched it. It has a lot of similarities to your classic kids adventure, but with a twist. The character development is what makes it good, especially when it comes to Hitomi. Now, the romance here is really subtle and they don't shove it in your face, but it is there. You just have to make that little wee brain of yours work. Number 9, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible.
食べたかったんでしょ?
なんでわかったの?
ずっとハンバーグの方を見てたし。
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
Ah, yes. What goes great with a loner? It's gotta be a girl that always takes the lead, and that's exactly what happens in this series because our boy is so good of a loner that no one could even sense his presence. Except for Kubo, the classmate he never knew he needed because Kubo just won't let him be invisible. See what I did there?
白石くん? 仲直り。なぎちゃ。そうだね。
This is literally just teasing Master Takagi-san, but with a touch of oregairu. It's just some lighthearted fun, and you can just watch it when you're feeling alone. It's mostly wholesome, but a lot of fan service, and it's mostly just Kubo bothering MC to the end of the earth, but hey, I like it. The animation is really good, and you might be surprised that the OST can be a banger in some moments. Number 8, The Dangers in My Heart.
声変わりは終わった?
よし、終わり。
どれ? どのくらいの魚?
What does this anime and Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible have in common? A loner MC and a girl that just makes his life miserable. The only thing that our boy Ichikawa is somewhat of a psychopath because he just wants to see Yamada's face writhing in pain. But what he didn't know is that because of Yamada, he might just become a normal or even cool guy.
ごめん、間違えた。りんちゃんと。
いや、無理。
The one thing that made me like this entire series is not the animation or the really cute moments, but the fact that Ichikawa isn't a wimp. Unlike Trash Zuya from Rent-a-Girlfriend, even though he is a short king, Ichikawa has some riz, and he's not afraid to show it. Some anime make it so that one of the characters completely overpower the other, but it doesn't happen here. This is Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, but better. Number 7, Taisho Tame Fairy Tale.
風邪をひくといけない。しかし生ける屍同然の僕が嫁をもらったところで。
What? Are you saying there wasn't enough cuteness and color? Well, don't worry, because this series is gonna smack you in the face with it. Our boy Shima lost the use of his right hand and his mother during a car accident. But things are about to get worse because one night, a girl comes to his house and suddenly said she was his wife. Now, under normal circumstances, that'd be awesome, but she's just 14 years old.
吹いてくれなくても。
あら、玉彦様。 ひどいクマですよ。
Before you call the FBI on this one, hear me out. Shima isn't an adult, and let's not focus on the age. This is because she just makes the entire anime feel sweet and warm. There's no ecchi here, and she never is sexualized. It's just some goofy romance that's set in the 1990s. They also mainly have a master-servant relationship at first, but it becomes something more right after. Number 6, to every you I've loved before.
でもどうして僕なんかに？
恋人だから。
なるほど。で、その人と僕がどういう関係？
This anime sounds like what your grandpa would write to your grandma who just got buried. Anyway, there's nothing normal about this world at all because it seems pretty normal that people are always going from one parallel world to another. Our boy Koyomi was just minding his business studying like a king, but his classmate Kazune suddenly says that they were lovers in the 85th world.
滝川さん。僕と友達になってくれないかな。
Come on, if it takes 85 worlds for them to become lovers, you already know there's going to be some big drama involved. To be fair though, this is a pretty unique anime movie that summed up everything you need to experience in just 1 hour and 42 minutes. You can watch it with another movie called To Me, The One Who Loved You, and your experience is going to be different depending on which one you watched first, which is pretty cool. Number 5, bottom tier character Tomozaki.
さんも変わりたいの？
秘密。
かわいい。
No, there's no isekai here, nor is there a power fantasy. The word bottom tier character just describes how low level Tomozaki really is in real life. But that's different in the gaming world because in Attack Families, he's Japan's #1. However, his life changed when he had a meeting with his second best player and found out that it was his most social, smart, and popular classmate, Aoi.
いや、美なんではないだろ。
お、さすが細かいね、友崎。けど他のところは認めてくれるのね。優しい。
うるせえ。
This completely broke the stereotype that gamers have to be these loner type and that all they have is their PC and gaming chair. Tomozaki actually gets some crazy character development, and as the episodes go by, you can totally see how he changes. He becomes more good looking, he's smiling, and all of that is because of one girl. They were right, gentlemen. Girls can change you for the better. We were wrong all along. Number 4, welcome to NHK.
契約書にサインしたら教えてあげるよ、佐藤くん。
佐藤くんなんて呼ぶな。年下だろ。
今年の年知ってるの？
見たところ17、8。
うん、大正解。
So what happens when you don't find yourself a girl? Well, say hello to Tatsuhiro Sato, a college dropout and a NEET. He's so alone that he believes that there's an evil organization called NHK purposefully making NEETs just like him. He believes this so much that almost every decision he makes is based on this made-up concept. Or is it?
絵とか組んでみようか。
は？
その方が本当の恋人っぽいよ。きっと普通に見えるよ。
Welcome to NHK, despite what seems to be a ridiculous concept, is actually a really good psychological drama. And to be fair, hikikomori, or people living in isolation, is a very serious issue in Japan. The way they tell the story gives it a lot of mystery, and yet they try to make it hilarious just so it won't be totally depressing. Some episodes have a lot of weight to them, to the point where they are so good, it can be painful to watch. Number 3, My Little Monster.
ある。
いらない。ザリガニはいらない。
あ？でもすげえでけえのいるぞここ。
私は水亀でペットを飼いたかったわけじゃない。
きっとあいつ見たら欲しくなるって。
But do you know what else can be painful? A girl punching you every day. Yes, they can make or break you. In this series, we follow a girl called Shizuku Mizutani, who only cares about her grades and nothing else. But that was until she met our boy Haru Yoshida, who only cares about fighting and nothing else. Well, it turns out that they're gonna care about another thing, and that's each other.
これ父から。
ああ、マヤだ。
もしかして待ってたのか。
Some of you might have probably heard about it because it is definitely a classic in the romance genre. The anime is so good because it isn't your typical rom-com, and the main characters are super interesting and have this unique dynamic between them. They have a lot of hardships and challenges in their relationship, which makes it realistic yet feel anime at the same time. Just try it out and you'll see what I mean. Number 2, Say I Love You.
これしてるといつも黒沢が近くにいてくれる。そんな気がして一人じゃないよって言ってくれてるような。
Say I love you. Wait, I'm not saying that you should say I love you. That's just the title of the series. But in this anime, our girl Tachibana doesn't believe in having friends because they just hurt her, and one misunderstanding makes her meet the popular guy Kurosawa. But when one thing leads to another and they both kiss, they start walking on a road that's full of challenges, misunderstandings, and even more pain.
壊れないお揃いのもの開けてみて。ペアリングですよ。ペアリング。
This is My Little Monster if it were more serious. It takes a really different perspective when it comes to romance and shows us the ugly side of it, which we really don't get to see in most romance anime. There's a lot of drama, and all the characters have flaws, which is just a breath of fresh air. They feel human, and there's just something about this series that makes you want to see how it ends. Number 1, March Comes In Like a Lion.
レイ君、そちらは？
あかりさん顔が真っ赤なんですけどまさかあかりさんのストライクってここなの
And at number 1, we have March Comes In Like a Lion. And you might be surprised that it involves a lot of shogi. For those who don't know, shogi is like Japanese chess, and our boy Kiriyama just happens to be a pro at it. To escape the pressure, he starts living on his own in Tokyo, and that's when he meets the Kawamoto sisters, and his entire life changes forever.
ひなちゃんのあんな顔見たことねえ。なんかめちゃくちゃ青春っぽいんですけど甘酸っぱいっつうかまっとうな恋っぽいよ。
There's no doubt in my mind that even in the first episode, you'll be instantly hooked by watching this anime. The plot, the animation, the soundtrack, and the atmosphere as a whole just hit different. You might even be inspired to start figuring out what your life is all about. That's why March Comes In Like a Lion is number 1 on our list of the top 10 romance anime where MC is a loner.